Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video tutorial, I will explain in Django web applications how to create a new contact form page and send emails to the Gmail account. Send. So if I send my email ID, let's check here. Let's click the inbox. So here we got the message, meet, this is a test mail Django contact form. That's it, we have sent the email message. Notice in 0 minutes ago we have sent this message. This is test mail Django contact form. This is test mail Django contact form. Charan@gmail.com. Charan@gmail.com. That's it.
If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates.
Before creating a new Django web applications, first we require one new folder. So for that I am creating a new folder in this local disk D drive. Right click the mouse, click new and then select folder. And the folder name is Django-contact form. Enter. Let's browse this folder. Right now this folder is totally empty. Now let's create a new Django web application in this folder. I'm using Visual Studio Code to create a new Django web application, but before that we have to add the folder which we have created. Go to File and select Open Folder. The folder name is a Django contact form. I have selected that one. Then click the button Select Folder. And here the project folder is successfully added to our Visual Studio Explorer panel. At the right side we got the welcome page. Let's close this welcome page. Now let's create a new Django web application in this folder. For that, go to View and select Terminal. And here we got our terminal, which is nothing but a command prompt. If you notice, the path is Django contact form, which is our folder name we have created in the D drive. So let's create a new Django application. Django-admin start project. I'm adding my application name, which is a contact form page. Enter. The contact form page is our application name. And here we got our contact form page is created successfully. Let's expand this contact application form. If you notice, when I expand this application, there is one subfolder and one manage.py page. Let me expand this subfolder also. So when I expand this subfolder, there are some default Python files, settings.py URLs. All these files and folders has been created successfully when I create this application contact form page. Now, before creating the contact form page, let's run this application. The Django application is working properly or not on the browser. So first, let's add the cd contact form page. Enter. I'm adding my application name to the path. Now let's run the Python manage.py run server. Enter. And after I run the server, notice I don't have any issues, no issues found in our application. And below that we got some small warnings here. I have 15 unapplied migrations. So don't worry about this migrations warning. But at the end, the last step, we got our follow link, which is our web URL. Control plus mouse click to browse this application. And here we got the output of our application. The default page is a Django web application. The install worked successfully. Now let's start the coding part. Now first step, let's come out, exit from the server, Control C. After exit the server, now select the contact form application name. You'll create a new folder. The folder name is a templates folder. Now in this templates folder, I will add all my HTML pages. Again, right click the templates folder, click new file. The file name is the contact page.html, enter. And here we got our contact page.html page. Now before adding the designing part in this page, first we require one forms page. So again switch to the application, right click the subfolder, click new file, the file name is a forms.py, enter. And here we got the forms page which contains a class and the properties. The properties are nothing but the from address, subject and message, the basic requirements to send an email from the contact page. So before that, let's import the class from Django, import forms. After that, define a class. The class name is contact form email is my class name. Then forms.form, F is capital here, colon. Then let's define the properties. The first property name is a from email is equals to forms.email field. The email field required is equals to true, T is capital. And now we require the subject also. Subject is equals to forms dot. The data type is a char field here. Char field required is equals to true. Now the last step, let's copy this one. The last property I require the message, message message. The data type is a char field, so it's a FIELD field, FIELD field. Now let's save this file, save all. After saving these forms, next when we want to send an email, we require the basic email setting, the SMPT settings. For that, in the project we have the settings.py page. Open that one, and in the settings.py, first let's install the application. In the install underscore apps, the application name between single quotes, which is the contact form page. Let's add that one. Contact, C is capital here. We have to give the correct application name. Form page, contact form page. Now come to the bottom. When we want to render HTML pages in Django applications, we have to set the templates also. In the directory settings, os.path.join method, I'm joining our templates folder with the base directory. So add the base directory, comma, between single quotes I'm adding the templates folder. This templates folder I'm adding, which contains all our HTML pages. Now come to the bottom. Here I'm adding Gmail settings. Gmail settings. The first one, email underscore backend is equals to, with single quotes I'm adding, and Django.code.mail.smtp as before SMTP we need to add backends dot smpt dot email backend, email big capital is backend. And the next one, we require the host, which is a smtp host, email underscore host is equals to smtp.gmail.com. Then we require the port number also, email underscore port is equals to the email ID, the port number of the Gmail, which is a 587. So the 587 for the Gmail to send an email. Then we require the email underscore use underscore TLS is equals to true. Now the last two properties we require for the email, the username and the password, the valid username, Gmail username and valid Gmail password. So email underscore host underscore user is equals to, between single quotes I'm adding my valid email ID, which is aaronrupi.in@gmail.com, and I also require the password also, the email underscore host underscore password is equals to, between single quotes I am adding password. Just for the demo purpose, here I am adding my dummy password, but at the time of sending email I will change this into the correct password. So make sure add in this section, the password section, add your valid email ID and password. That's it. This much we require: the backend host port, use TLS and user password. Let's save this file. Save all. After that, we require the views page also. Right click the contact form page, new file, the file views.py, enter. And here we got our views.py page. Now this views.py page contains a definition, the function which contains our logic to send an email. So before that we need to require the necessary classes to import from Django.shortcuts import render. The render class is when we want to render our HTML pages on the browser, we need this render class. Then we require from this class name from this forms page, so add that one, forms. This forms class page is inside our project folder, so I'm adding my project form page dot, this is class name dot forms import. I'm adding the class name of the forms. Then I require the send underscore mail class also to send an email. So from Django dot code dot email import, this is not email, this is mail, import send underscore mail class. That's it. After adding the necessary classes, now let's define def. Function name is the contact send mail. Adding the request colon. The first condition is if the user visits this contact page, I want to display the contact elements, which are the from address, email ID, from email ID, subject and message. So here if request dot method double equals to get is capital here, colon, declare a variable from is equals to, I am adding this contact from email because this class contains all our properties, the from email, subject and message. Then this function return, I am rendering request comma between single quotes I am requesting this page contact.html, contact page.html, comma, again I am adding the dictionary between single quotes, the form colon form. Copy this one and paste here. That's it. The first condition, when a user visits this contact page, I want to display the contact designing part. Again switch to the contact page.html, Now let's add the designing part. Doc type. I'm closing the HTML tag. Inside the HTML, I'm adding the header section. In the header section, there is a title tag. The title is a contact form page. Contact form page. Then, in the header, after the headers, I'm adding the body tag. Body tag. Inside this body, I'm adding a center tag. The center tag, I'm adding h1 tag. How to create contact form, contact form, and from send email Gmail. H3 Django web tutorials. After the header section, I'm adding horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I'm adding between double curly brackets, I am adding this form here. So which displays the properties, the from address, subject and message. So let's save this file, save all. I'm saving all the project. Now let's run the server. So before that, we need to configure the URLs also. Open urls.py. In the urls.py, first let's import the views page from.import views, then path, then single quotes, comma, views dot. In the views, we are rendering this contact page.html with the help of this function. So copy that function name and paste here. That's it. Let's save this file. After save the file, let's run the server, enter. See, I got an error here. Let's switch to the forms.py. See here, this is not form, it's a forms. Sorry for that. Let's save this file, save all. So after save, now we don't have any issues. Now reload this browser. I'm reloading the browser. So here we got our contact form page, which contains a from email ID, subject and message. Now let's put this in a table. Go to contact page.html. I'm putting this in a table element with a border is equals to 1. I'm closing this table element after the form. Then we require one button control also. So input type is equals to, the type of the button is a submit, and the value of the button control is send email. So I'm adding the send, the value of the button is send, close the button control. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. Again switch back to the browser. I'm reloading the browser. So notice here, once I reload the browser, the from email, subject and message. In the message, this is a text box control. Let's make this is a text area. So again switch back to the forms.py. This message, let's add the widget. Widget is equals to forms dot text area. T is capital text area, comma. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. Now I'm reloading the browser. See here, now we got the perfect designing part, the from email, subject and message. Now we'll send email part we go to views.py. Up to now we have designed in this method to display only the elements, the form design elements only. Now we're at the coding part. After if, I am adding the else condition, else colon, the else of form is equals to contact from email. I am requesting, this time I am posting the data. Here we are getting the data, here we are posting the data. So post is capital, post, enter. Now here the condition is if form dot is underscore valid is valid column, then I want to post the details. So which details I am sending? This from email, subject and message. So we require right click the mouse, view page source. If you notice in the page view source, the from email ID, we require this name attribute, which is the from email. So let's add this one. Let's declare first from mail is equals to, it's an object, it's in a variable, then form dot clean underscore data between single quotes. The from email, let's add that one, which is the from email. Copy this one and paste here. From email, and subject also we require, subject is equals to, let's copy this one and paste here. The subject and message is equals to is the message. And now to send an email we require this send underscore mail function. I'm adding here send email underscore function. The first one is a subject, the second attribute is a message, and the third one is a from mail. Then we need to add the to address also. To is, if you check in the settings.py, the to is this one. Copy this one, paste here, comma, I'm adding here the from address also, from mail. If you want, you can add more address also here. That's it. After that, let's save this file. When we are posting the data in Django, here in the HTML page, after the horizontal line, I'm adding the form tag, form method. The form method is equals to post, and I'm closing this form tag after the button control. Then the most important step in Django applications, when we want to post any data, we require percentage CSRF underscore token. Here add the percentage here. This line CSRF underscore token is very important in Django. So in Django applications, when we are posting the data, this line of code, it protects our data from the hackers. So if you don't add this line, you will get an error. So make sure add this line when you are posting the data. That's it. We have done the complete coding part. Let's save this file, save all. Now I'm reloading the browser. Oops, here I got an error, did not return. So let's fix that one. The views.py. So this return is for this if condition. So let's put this one here. So save this file, save all. Again, We'll run the server again. So after I run the server, we don't have any issues. And let's fix this also, the 15 unapplied migrations. Python manage.py migrate, copy that one, Control C, and let's paste that one. Let's run this command. So it's applying all the migrations to our project. Now let's run the server. Enter. So after run the server, we don't have any issues and there is no any warnings, the migrations warnings. Let's reload this browser. So now we got the from email subject and message. Let's enter. I want to the from email. I'm sending charan@gmail.com and the subject is hello, and this is the test mail Django contact page. Now before send this email, let's visit my Gmail ID, gmail.com. I'm entering my email ID, aaronrupi.in@gmail.com. This is the two address. Next, I'm adding my password also. And here I just logged into my Gmail ID. See here, the aaronrupi.in@gmail.com. Let's send this mail. Charan@gmail.com. Subject is hi, and this is test mail Django contact page. Now let's send this mail. Send. Notice here when I send this mail, I got a error here, the SMTP authentication error. This error, in our coding we don't have any errors, but we need to configure in our Gmail settings. Go to manage your Google account, click that one. Go to security. In the security, come to the bottom and notice in less secure app access is off. Let's make this on. So once I add on, it's updated our settings. Now let's reload the browser again. We'll send the mail again. The from email ID is Charan. Hi. This is a test mail Django contact form. Send. So if I send my email ID, let's check here. Let's click the inbox. So here we got the message, meet, this is a test mail Django contact form. That's it, we have sent the email message. Notice in 0 minutes ago we have sent this message. This is test mail Django contact form. This is test mail Django contact form. Charan@gmail.com. Charan@gmail.com. That's it.